Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to the Windows 11 review. And what can I say? It's fantastic. It gets a 4.5 out of 5. It's, well, nothing's ever going to be perfect anyways, but it also still has bugs. And it's still, well, you know, they're getting closer to being almost Mac-ish in a way. I mean, come on, they put the taskbar in the whole middle now. And they kind of sort of did a copy job on the Mac for the Wi-Fi thing. And we got an on and off switch now. Kind of handy. I like that. We no longer have a search pane down below in the bottom taskbar. So now you go to your start, and you think you could type in this area. Nope. It switches you right to the actual search app. It's an app switch. Like, come on. I want to search here and leave this here for a reason. But I can't. All apps, same as always, right? No big deal there. Recommended stuff, you can click more. If you do go to the search bar, of course, you can type, right? You go back to here and you want to search, it switches you. It's stupid. Control panels, though, they're all the same. Same thing. You're used to it. Now, there are, on some of these control panel apps, some differences within them that weren't there before. But it's not like you got to learn a whole new operating system again, because you don't. There's a few little new things that you might want to figure out, but otherwise you'd be fine. Device manager, same as always, you know. I mean, that hasn't changed. Screensaver, turning it on and off, same interfacing. Same as changing your power settings. You know, you do have, if you hover your mouse, if I click on this, it'll actually bring me to my email. But then we have widgets, okay? You know, widgets is our weather, which is kind of nice and handy. You know, and click on see full forecast. NHL, well, I don't care about that. So, and then we got the photos area. All of our apps, of course, down here, like I got games, I got word processor. Things actually launch a little quicker, I find, which is nice. So we do have some acceleration curve in accessing apps. It's definitely quicker. Now, we're going to play Far Cry for a moment because you got to see the graphics on this now. For video game play, you're going to love Windows 11. Even on a 1080p display only, you're going to get some enhancements. Now, I'm running a 2K display, and I'm running the graphics right to the hilt. Anthropometric filtering, the whole nine, right to the ends. And of course, it can't even bog my computer any, and it shouldn't, considering it's a 15-year-old game, right? But we are going to be playing the new Far Cry soon. I just have to get the money together, and I'm buying a they call it the gold package. It's got a bunch of different Far Cry versions in it, like 1, 2, 3. I think it's 5 and I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Primeval or something like that. Anyways, for $40. I mean, great. And so I'm going to get that as soon as I get the money for it. So let me just show you my video settings too, just so you know what we're talking about here. So these are my video settings. We're at the 32-bit level, 2K, 8x samples, vertical sync, full screen, background videos. Render mode is paradise. Okay, advanced options, very high. Ultra high on the water. None of these can go past very high other than the water. And then anthropometric is at 8. So yeah, it's great. So let's go play. I mean, it is so smooth. I couldn't believe how nice it was when I fired this up. And on a 2K display, I've run this game before in the full graphic mode, and there are definite noticeable differences between Windows 10 and this on the exact same computer, same screen, same settings and everything. Windows 11 definitely has enhanced this game quite a bit. I'm very happy with the results, and I'm sure you should be too, or will be, once we get the game up and running. So you can judge for yourself, but I'm really liking it.
Hey, some good news. I'm picking you up much more strongly now. I suggest you search the huts.
Look
for
at
weapons
that.
and
That's so nice. Now, we're going to try and sneak around a little bit here.
Stay low and avoid contact if possible. You don't really want to alert the guards.
You're mine! You're gonna wish you were dead! You're going down!
Oh, I highly doubt.
Jack, I've been able to tie your compass in with the transceiver. This means that now I can supply you with the bearings marker. And give you a rough idea of where to go at least.
Yeah. Ground is nice. Everything's smooth. Like, it is so nice to
Use your
play this
binoculars
game.
to survey the surroundings. Notice that they have a sound enhancer and movement tracker.
Even the
Dr.
way the
Krieger
water
has
comes
fitted
up onto
everyone
the
on
beach
island with
now,
locator signals
that's
that you can
nice.
track using the binocs.
Trees, much more realistic looking. Coconuts. It's too bad we can't shoot those out of the tree. The rocks are even nicer shading and coloring, the smoothness of them. So much better. Now there is other marine life other than this type of fish. Just depends on where in the ocean you are, what you're going to get. But the water and the reflections off the water, that is so nice. Like, even the grass, this is like pretty good. This is really well done, you know, graphic wise. And I mean, if you think that this is actually nice and improvement, you should try playing this on a Macintosh computer, running Windows 10 on a 5K Retina display. Mind blowing is what the word is for that. My buddy James was over yesterday that I played games with, and I showed it to him on his computer as well as my Mac with Windows 10 and a 5K Retina, and he just could not believe it when I fired up the Mac. And of course, no lag on the Mac. You know, my Mac is like more or less half the system what this is, and as far as specs go, but of course my Mac is still way more powerful and quicker than what this machine is, because that's just the nature of Mac systems, but still, I mean, holy cow. So, you know, it would be, it's just too bad you can't actually run a real 5K display on a PC, you know? They just don't make them. You know, it's not financially feasible, because even if they did the display, it's the horsepower in the computer, the video card you would have to run it. You know, it's just not financially feasible for the companies to do it. You know, whereas, I mean, you got a company like Apple, and, you know, they're producing Macintosh computers with, you know, 4K, 4.5, 5K displays built right in for, you know, a computer with, you know, even the 6-core 2020 iMac. You know, that is a phenomenal piece of gear, you know, which definitely eats this thing for breakfast and spits it out. And I have a Ryzen 7 3.2 gigahertz 8-core with 16 threads. I've got 16 gigs of RAM, 4 gig Radeon RX 570 graphics card, 4 gigs on board on that, plus an extra 8 from my system. Gives me 12 gigs of video. And even my late 2015 iMac pretty much eats this thing for breakfast. You know, so even the 6-core Intel iMac, oh my goodness, that thing is such a nice piece of kit. But at least we can get 2K real displays. We can probably go a little bit higher, but not too much. And then we just won't have any other options after that other than a 5K TV. And, you know, this is 2K at 144 hertz as well. You know, this isn't like, you know, 50, 75 hertz display that I'm using. It's actually 144 hertz at 2K. You know, a 5K TV set, you know, you plug into that, you're going to need some extra oomph in your graphics and processor, but you can do it. But you're still not going to get even a good as quality a picture. In fact, it's going to be lesser quality than even a 2K regular display would be. And you're going to be stuck at about 50 to 60 hertz. You know, so it's, you know, it's kind of one of those things, right? You pick and choose your battles, but, you know, some people are satisfied with whatever, and, you know, it's kind of like, well, yeah, whatever. But anyways, as far as the rest of it goes, it's fantastic OS. I love it. I love what they've done, and it's improved the game graphics. even in just regular programs, everyday programs, much better color palettes, less washout, you know. I don't know what version of Windows it's going to take before it comes, you know, equal to a Mac, but that's a long way away, like a really long way away before that's going to happen. But at least they've definitely made some very good improvements on this one, and gameplay has been made so much better graphically. Like, wow, you know, that for a PC, this thing is doing really good. So, and I really don't, I don't get where some channels on YouTube are saying that, you know, this could be bad for gamers. Like, where is it bad for gamers? You know. And the other thing is too is they say most gamers are using a 1080p display, and I'm like, I really can't understand that, because I've gamed on 1080. I mean, my computer came with a 1080 IPS display, and I mean, it was nice, but it ain't no 2K display, you know. I mean, I since I went to the 2K, it's like no, we're not using that 27-inch IPS anymore. We'll throw that on my old Mac Mini, you know, and it does a fantastic job with the Mac Mini. But, you know, as far as gaming goes, you play on a 1080, then you play on a 2K, you're not going to go back to your 1080 display again. And the 2K is not really any much harder on the card, graphic-wise, you know, but it depends on the card you currently have, too. That's the other thing. I mean, I don't know what you got under your hood, but you know, the only way to find out if it's going to work out for you is to buy one, plug it in, see what happens. And if you don't have enough video poop, well, buy a new video card, you know. If you don't have enough processor to deal with that and the video card, well, buy a new processor or just upgrade your machine to something better. I mean, gamers spend money on their computers. You know, I've got, with everything together, I'm sitting just over $3,000 tied up right now in this system. And I'm quite happy with it. And I mean, that includes my speakers, my new mic, my tower, what's under the hood, the additions I made to the tower since I bought it, because I have done some upgrades, especially with the internal hard drive. I went to a 3,000 megabit per second direct plug-in NVMe drive onto the motherboard. So no SATA cables, no slow drives for me. I still have a 1 terabyte SATA drive in there that's just a dump drive. That's all it does. But that onboard NVMe, that makes a huge difference. I mean, I turn the power on, I can't even turn my back, and I got to sign into my computer. It's that fast. So that's pretty good. But anyways, it's even faster anyways with Windows 11. Windows 11 does launch programs quicker and easier. It's doing stuff that's just better, you know. I mean, it's so hard to explain without getting technical with you guys, and I know majority of you just need it in layman's terms. So the layman's terms of this is, yes, it's a fantastic operating system. Yes, it's Microsoft. It has bugs. What computer doesn't? Even Macs have bugs in their OSs. And they fix bugs, and then new bugs creep up, you know? It happens, right? Some bugs are worse than others in operating systems. None of them are perfect, you know? But, you know, in this case, I would never consider in a million years putting Windows 10 back on this computer. Never. No. So Windows 11 and up we go as high as we can go until this computer becomes useless. And then I'll buy a new computer someday. But anyways, if you can't run Windows 11 right now, well, sorry to hear that. But at least you got 3 or 4 years of, you know, Windows 10 support, and then you must comply. It won't be an option at that point. But till then, that's a long ways away anyways. But if you can run Windows 11, what are you waiting for? I mean, if you want a graphically enhanced experience, not just with the interface and how things are presented, but also the extra features. I mean, you go up to like a folder, for example. You right click. You've got features that weren't here before. You can hover this. Oh, copy. You know, you got the scissors for cut, rename. Just hit to the trash. You know, pin to start, quick access. More options, right? Great. If you want to do something with an app, right click on it. You know, Show more options. I mean, there are extras, and the dark theme is nice. I actually really like the dark theme. I'm not a real fan of dark theme on the Mac so much, but you know, I do like it on here, and it is nice because I really hate that silverish or whitish colored taskbar. It's so bleh, antique-y, you know. Just it's disgusting. I never did like it, but this is nice. And Windows 10 is getting some dark mode to it too now. It's looking very similar since the last update. So even Windows 10 got a little improvement there on the last update it had. But anyways, guys, do as you will. These are my opinions and findings on Windows 11. And I think it's a great operating system, and I'm enjoying it. You know, and you can still run some old games. I mean, come on, Dungeon Lords. That's like Windows XP Vista. You know, same as The Godfather 2. And even that has a little bit of graphic enhancement. Now, some games will get more enhancement than others. It depends on the game, and it depends on what the resolution can go to on the game. How much better the game is going to be at higher resolutions. You know, and just even higher resolutions on any OS is going to improve gameplay. You know, so, you know, try and get the best actual display, not a TV set, but a display that you can that'll run on your computer, and then couple that with Windows 11. Wow, that's definitely a game changer. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more. And hey, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.